I don't know if I can keep streaming, and I have to end stream early. I say early. You know what? I used to stream for only like an hour and a half. Can we just get some props to me? All right. I've been going crazy with the streams recently. Welcome back, Freddie. Did you get to make up for ditching your brother yesterday? I did. We just had a great bonding moment where we both watched football. He watched the Newcastle game. I watched the Forest game. It was great. No, I made up for it. I mean, he was asleep by the. We did a movie night chat for context yesterday in my Patreon. Exclamation mark Patreon. It's great. We watched Nativity, absolute banger of a film, and then we played some Among Us. As we always do. Don't worry, we won't always play Among Us. We were talking about that last night. But I ended up staying up very late. And I ended up staying up... Well, not very late, to be fair. I mean, I probably came off the call around, like... I don't know. Like 12:30 or something. Which isn't that late, but I woke up at like 9 this morning. So I was a little bit like... this morning. But I felt great. I had a coffee, which is not something I do, chat. I mean, I started becoming a little bit of a coffee drinker. And you know what? It's more a social, I'm like a social coffee drinker. Like at home, I would never like make myself a coffee. But if someone says, yo, you want a coffee? Especially my mum, who drinks a lot of coffee for the record. I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I would like a coffee. Maybe I would like a cheeky coffee. Guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much, Ryan, for the tier 3. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wait, actually, we got to update the tier 1 counter, I think. Let's see where it's at. Oh, no, never mind. No one tier 1 since yesterday. It's okay. I'm not sad. It's fine. It's fine. Guys, welcome. Fred, I love your shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, this stream is going to be fun. We are going to be exposing your guilty pleasures, all right? That means if there's anything that you do, okay, all right, and you keep quiet about it, now it's time to spill the beans, all right? There's nothing you can do now. Captain, thank you so much for the 3 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Uh-oh, I'm getting cancelled. Look, man, okay, I mean, I'm not saying you should say anything to get you cancelled, but look, it can be anonymous. If you wanna tell us your guilty pleasure, if your guilty pleasure is, I don't know, that you like to dress up as, I don't know, Noddy, then tell us. No one's gonna judge you. Well, we might judge you, but you can silently be judged. You don't actually have to have the embarrassment of being judged. So it's great. If you've got anything secret that you want to tell us, exclamation mark form. Anyway, it's time. Thank you so much for all the subs. We got a little hype train going. Guys, we are trying to get to 100 tier 1s by the end of the month. That's individual tier 1s, by the way. So if we can get to that, then I get a pay rise on Twitch. I get a pay rise. Like an actual pay rise. That's sick, isn't it? Like I suddenly get 60% of everything that I earn each month. As opposed to the other 50% that goes to Twitch, I get 60%. I mean, how generous are Twitch for giving me an extra 10%? Can we just put our hands together? Thank you so much. I totally shouldn't just have that as a basic requirement. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Anyway, if you tier 1, not only will you help me out, you only have to, you know what, chat? If you want a tier 1, you only need to do it this month. You have my full permission to cancel next month. I just want to get the 3 months in a row, getting to 100 tier 1s. We hit it last month. We hit it the month before. It's crazy. All right, wait. Let me get some music up. 1 minute. Sorry, chat. It's gone all silent. Now I'm just sat here begging for money, and I don't even have the accompaniment. What's the word? The comfort. We'll go with comfort. I don't even have the comfort of the fact that there's music in the background, not making it sound as bad. Okay, what was I playing yesterday? No, I was playing lullaby music. Smooth jazz. Bang. Smooth, warm Christmas jazz and adverts as well. A tier 3 does add, to be fair. It does add. It works on like points basically. So if it auto renews, it's different to like if you like actually manually do it. Like it's different to when you share it, if that makes sense. So it has added. It adds. Tier 3 actually adds 6 points, chat. So if you're feeling cheeky, you can always upgrade to tier 2 just for this month, or tier 3. You know. Anyway, this background gives me PTSD. Really, PTSD? I think it doesn't give you PTSD. I think it gives you nostalgia, Danny. I think you're secretly a lover of the Badlinu gaff. I mean, to be fair, I do love this room. And actually, I'm loving the setup I have, like, here. Like, it's actually quite a lot. I mean, sorry, my bed's a bit messy today. My phone's on charge. Okay, it's fine. But no, like, you know what? It's one of those things. You know, if you move away from your parents' house and your bedroom changes, I'm really grateful because, don't get me wrong, it's definitely changed this room. Like, my mum works in here. I'm currently using my mum's work desk to stream. But I actually I kind of like it. It's still got the Freddie Badlinu touch, you know? It's still got, if anything, it's nicer than it used to be. Because my mum's great. I love the Badlinu gaff. It makes me like really, really sad. It is sad, actually. Like, looking at, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same. There's no pool table there anymore. There's no Harry Potter poster. You know, a lot's different. A lot is different. It's tragic. "15 years old now, you're 19. That is crazy. Yeah, no, we've had a lot of memories in this room. You know, I mean, like, I can't move it because there's a stupid monitor in the way. Look, do you remember when I came out of the closet? Oh god, and now the fucking monitor's gone. I just broke the monitor. I can't see it. I don't know what's going on now. Oh, it's back. It's back. Okay, all right. Let's have a look. We got 21 guilty pleasures already, chat. All right, exclamation mark form if you haven't submitted yours. Do you want to get it on the screen so you guys can see it? My test account 23. What's that, chat? I feel like I've heard that before. Oh, wait, the tune's kind of going hard. Oh, yeah. How do you know? No, I'm pretty sure it's Quabby, yeah. I thought it was Quabby, but I didn't want to say something completely wrong. I love Quabby. Quabby stayed at my house. Of course I know who he is. But I don't refer to him as my test account 23. You know? I ain't like that. Alright. Okay. I need to find the best way of doing this. Okay. Alright, guys. I've got the guilty pleasures on this. Has my face just gone, like, really bright now? Oh, wait. I can't. Oh, God. Alright. Do you want to see the answers? How is Quabby? How is... I don't know why I'm asking how Quabby is. Like, I could just ask him. I got his fucking number. Why am I asking you guys? In fact, maybe we should ask Quabby. Maybe we should give Quabby a ring. Hey, Quabby, love you. Nah, Quabby bailed on me during my Threadathon, guys. He bailed on me during the subathon. So fuck Quabby. What a dirty little scumbag. Okay. See, this is what I hate about OBS. Why does it have to just immediately just record your screen? Why can't I just see the preview and then edit it? Why does it have to show what I'm trying to add? Like, that's one thing that really pisses me off about OBS. Like, why are you doing that for? Like, why... Okay. Okay. We're nearly getting there. Spill the tea. We've got to leave a bit of room, don't we? Okay. Is that good? Is that good? I feel like that's... Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. So I would have set this up before stream, but, you know. That ain't how Badlinu rolls. We know that. Okay, alright. Okay, this is good. I can check that no one's saying, like, any slurs, and then I can scroll down. Perfect. Alright. Thank you so much, Moons, for the 42 months Prime. That is crazy. How you doing, Moons? Yo, hearts in chat for Moons. Absolute OG here. Okay. I like putting crisps in pot noodles and mixing them up. Go ahead, judge my sin. Okay, so you get a pot noodle and you put crisps or potato chips if you're American. All right. I mean, you know what? I can kind of see that. I can see that. Is anyone what we thinking? That's mank. Sorry, the crisp would go. Oh wait, they would go soggy. Ooh. Missing the word crushed. Yeah, crushed crisps. So it's not like just like one. It's not like a singular. So that's the thing. If it stayed crispy, I'm totally behind that. That sounds kind of good. But I don't know. It's not. How do I put this? It doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great. Oh god, I need to shave, chat. Ugh, my bad. Sorry for being gross. I mean, is it really gross or is it true nature calling? Do you know what I mean? I guess that's the question we got to ask ourselves. Maybe it's not gross. Maybe it's just how I'm meant to be. Maybe without water or broth. Yeah. I don't know. Weird one. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, if you like it, you like it. Oh, you're here. That's why you don't put too much water in. Oh, so you're saying that actually you don't have it like brothy. You almost drain the water. Well, not drain the water, but you let the water not be the main component. And it's more just like you're having noodles with little crispy bits in. Because that, I can kind of get behind. Still would go soggy. Just got free ads. Well, you know, I mean, we can't really complain, can we? You know, having to get the free ads. I mean, well, what can I say? Classic Badlinu move, really. I suppose this is why I should sub. Eternal, absolutely, you should sub because. See, you don't know what's happened there. You probably think I'm insane, but actually, now I think about it, so you guys in chat probably think I'm insane. Actually, yeah, Eternal should sub. Eternal. See, I'm talking about Eternal right now, and they have no idea. Wow, amazing. Okay, wait, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. All right, cool. Well, on to the third. Number one Octonauts fan. I like watching Octonauts instead of solving my problems. To be fair though, Octonauts is solid. I mean, wait. Can we just in fact, let me just quickly the Octonauts theme. So, to anyone who doesn't know the Octonauts, I think it's a British show. Octonauts to your stations. Okay, well no, this is a shit version. Whoever the fuck. No way is that what it sounds like these days. No way have they ruined Octonauts. We also had it over here. Oh, I bet I just listened to the American fucking version, didn't I? All right. You guys heard the intro to that, but listen to this now. This is so much better. Barnacles! Quasi! Peso! Rescue! Protect!
The Octonauts and the Monster Man.
See, do you know what I mean? What was that shit that I just played a second ago? What the fuck is this American bullshit?
Octonauts to your stations.
I'm disappointed. It's ever so... It's subtle. That's not ours? Good. I'm glad. Well, you know what? Shout out America. Oh, wow. I forgot how chill the Christmas jazz was. All right. Octonauts is a good way to solve your problems. You shouldn't... That's not guilty pleasure. You know what? I mean, I watch lots of kids' TV. You know, doesn't make me a loser. I think. Like, you know, I actually... Chat, I've told this before, but you know the TV show Arthur? All right? Absolute... I mean, we're talking about theme songs. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. What a... Every day when you're walking down the street and everybody that you meet has an original point of view. What a tune! Yeah, I watched every single episode last year. It became a little bit of a... In my house, I watched every single episode from start to finish of every season, which is 25 seasons, by the way. Okay. I did watch Mr. Maker, another banger. Okay. Lazy Town, another banger. Yeah. I mean, Danny, you're screaming out bangers right now. Banger after banger after banger. I mean, yeah. I just got a... Yeah. Wow. Wow. In 2022, I had an edit account for The Next Step. Really? I can't say I really watched much of The Next Step, but I'm sure it was good. Okay, Sky. I walk around in circles while I listen to music so I can plan my own character lore. Do you know what? No. I mean, I don't think that's weird. Surely I'm... See, I walk around in a circle and aimlessly have into my thoughts all the time. That's normal, right? We all do that, right? We all, like, talk to ourselves. Look, I'm just saying... But in a circle? Oh, no, but it's just... You know what? It's just pacing. Pacing is a normal thing, all right? Pacing in a circle. I mean, don't get me wrong. It depends. Here's my thing. How wide is this circle? I need to know the circumference here. Because I'll be real. If you're, like, walking around in a tiny little circle, yeah, that's a bit odd. But if you're, like, pacing slowly... Now, I always walk in a circle and then I get dizzy and do it again. Look, man, walking like, just pacing. It's... Piss off. I don't care about the officer. Just, yeah, there we go. Yeah, man. I love walking around in a circle. I think it's important. I think it's important to get your head in the right space. Any specific reason for a circle and not a line? Well, to be fair, I think it depends where you are. Like, if I'm in a room like this, a circle makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Oh, actually, no. A square makes sense, actually, thinking about this. Maybe I'll start walking in a square. Well, you know what, Sky? I don't think there's anything abnormal about that. Don't worry. Joke to Tahiti. I like to eat chocolate when I am not allowed. You know what? I think there's nothing wrong with that. Hey. I love a good bit. Alright. Here's my real question, alright? America, you call everything candy, alright, okay? Do you have a word for sweets? Because we have sweets and we have chocolate. You guys just call it candy. Like, both of them, I swear, right? How do you differentiate between, like, that? Do you just go chocolate and just candy? Just candy and chocolate? Because I've heard people say that chocolate is candy. Whereas to me, candy implies, like, sugary. Oh, okay, I get you. So, okay, all right, so that it is kind of, yeah, candy. Oh, okay. So all right, so it's just a few Americans. Not in Ohio. Not in Ohio, they don't do that shit. Okay, we've got... I love eating peanut butter so much, like so much. It's so good, like the texture and the taste as it goes from salty to sweet. It's like it's like only eating the good part of a Reese's. Like I eat full jars with a spoon. Honestly, I gotta back you on this one. Peanut butter is fucking amazing. All right, it's great. I love it. I tell you what, the one thing. Not that there's anything wrong with Molly, okay? But genuinely, Molly's a lovely person. But fucking hell, man. I can't eat peanuts. Whenever Molly's there, I'm like, fuck! And I've had it before. I've been sat there, I'm eating like a normal chocolate bar. And Molly's like, that has peanuts in, doesn't it? I'm like, does it? No! And I have to fucking like, either wolf it down or just put it to the side. Alright, obviously, if you've got a peanut allergy, yeah, I guess you can't help it. But don't stop it being an inconvenience. Alright, okay, alright. You know what? If I had an allergy, I'd just suck it up. Alright? That's what I'd do. I'm joking. I wouldn't. I would probably carry an EpiPen and be a bit annoyed. I sleep my problems away. Wow, well, I hope you're okay, Jess. Sounds like you need some therapy. You can always hang in the Badlinu chat if you want some free therapy, but I will warn you, it's probably not very good. But, you know, it's better than nothing. You know what? When I've had tough times, sometimes it is easy to just kind of like try and switch off and sleep. But do talk. Talk to someone. Oh, wow. Bloody hell. There's a bowl with something in it. I don't know what's in the bowl. 1 minute. Ow. Oh, bloody hell. I got a truffle. Not the like... Not the Amsterdam... Not the Amsterdam kind, guys. Don't worry. Look at this. Big ball of chocolate. Wow. Man. And this is why I'm fucking back in Nottingham for Christmas. Because just shit like this on the daily. Like... just makes my day better. Alright? I just... shout out. Shout out to my mum. Like... Wow. Oh, yeah. Can I have one, please? Oh, shit. My bad. I'm a fat pig and I just ate it all. Alright. Well, you know, I hope you're okay, Jess. If you ever need some moral support, you know, there's lots of people to talk to. But you should talk about your problems, even if it's scary. I know it's really scary to talk about problems sometimes, but it's important to. It's important to, otherwise they don't go away. They don't go away. And if you talk about it, you can help understand how you're feeling a bit more. That'd be my advice. Not that you're necessarily looking at advice, so sorry if I'm like mansplaining here. Lizzie Hunter, I don't know if this counts, but I love blaming other people for the little inconveniences in my life, such as getting sick or gambling over 10k channel points. Yeah, well, you know what? Guys, if you're ever needing to blame something on somebody, just blame it on me. Just say, sorry, Freddie Badlinu's fault. I mean, obviously, let's not take it too harshly, But look, man, if you're ever struggling and you need to just shift the blame, they already do. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Maybe don't blame everything on me, guys. Yeah, maybe don't blame everything on me, because I do have feelings. As much as I am like a solid brick of a man with lots of testosterone running through my veins, and I don't take anything to heart, I do sometimes get emotional. You know, I do sometimes feel anxious and scared and overwhelmed. But don't worry about me, because I got lots of testosterone running through my veins. And I don't mean that I'm taking steroids. It's all natural, okay? I don't take steroids. Don't worry about me. Look, if I took steroids, I would want to look a lot bigger. That's all I'm going to say, all right? With how much work I put into my fitness, if I took steroids, I'd be a bit disappointed if I didn't look a little bit bigger. I'd be huge if I took steroids, chat. I'm not even joking. I'd be fucking massive. Some shit steroids. Okay, all right, guys. All right, look. Hey, no, look, man. I got some muscle. Okay, let's not pretend. No. Fair enough. You know what, chat? I'm not even kidding. I think it was like a year ago. I was watching. Do you guys remember when all those streams were going around? Streamers I could beat in a fight. Do you remember those ones? Do you remember those ones? And I did one, and I took it personally. I took that a little bit too personally, and I'm not even lying. I moved out the same year, and I actually just decided I'm gonna go. I could beat you in a fight. Yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could. It's Danny. It's the fact that loads of people were genuinely like, oh yeah, this person would have you, and I was sat there like, motherfuckers. Just because I like running doesn't mean I'm a twig. So, yeah, I went a bit hard. Went a bit hard in the gym. Went a bit crazy. I don't know. I would take off my shirt right now and show you, but I got my mic on and... I'm not making excuses, guys. It just feels a little bit weird. Freddie's been bulking up just so nobody thinks they could beat him anymore. Look, man, I don't mind if someone says Aaron could beat me in a fight. That's okay. I don't care. Aaron's fucking jacked, okay? It was the fact that there were people convinced that Tubbo could beat me in a fight. It pissed me off to the core. I was like, I know, I should have just been the bigger man, but instead I spent the last 2 years of my life working on how strong I am and lifting weights, and now I'm actually very proud of like where I've got to. You'd will, Freddy, don't worry, we believe in you. See, but this is the thing, I think these days, have you ever seen Buff Bo? Have you ever seen Badlinu? Have you ever seen Badlinu? That's the real question. Who would win? You're definitely me. Bro, Johnny's a slacker, you don't even turn up to the gym half the time. Alright, let's see. We got any good photos of me? Obviously, this is another thing as well. Give me a few weeks to get like shredded and get like a pump. I'll be crazy. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I got any photos of me. Who knows? Maybe I don't. I'm a little bit nervous to search in keywords like shirtless or naked. I don't know why. I don't have any pictures of me naked. Yeah, of course I'll search naked. Nothing bad's going to come up. Let me go gym. No, that's just a picture of Bill in hospital. I don't know why that's coming up. Okay, you know what, chat? I'll make it my mission. I'm gonna start taking more photos of me. Badlinu could be a Patreon exclusive. Oh, guys, because this is the thing. If I make it Patreon exclusive, we're starting to head towards like OnlyFans territory. There, it's like I'm selling my body at that point, which I wouldn't mind doing. Guys, Badlinu OnlyFans. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. Real this time. Real this time. Okay. That's not true. You're spending way too much time on CAI. What's that? Have I read that wrong? CAI. Character AI. Great. So what exactly is character AI? Somebody explain it to me. Don't search it. No, because is it one of those things I've seen on Google? Badlinu AI. Is that what it is? Badlinu AI. Chat though. Come on. Tell me that this isn't fucking hilarious. Chat with Freddy Badlinu. It's me. It's AI me. There's two versions. Look at this one. So what does it do? Can people chat with me? Like, what is it? Could I go on and have a conversation with myself? Is that what it is? Or is that something else? Why am I not getting notifications on my streams? I don't know. Maybe Twitch just hate me. Maybe Twitch just hate me. Maybe that's what it is. Well, I'm trying to stream most days at the moment. Around 4/5-ish. There's a cool feature and a voice feature. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look. It sounds good. Or Hamilton comics. That sounds kind of cool. Look, man. As long as you're not doing anything weird, go to town. Sometimes when I'm feeling really down in the dumps, I watch funny farting videos. I know it's bad, but it really makes me feel better, and I can't stop laughing. Guys, I'm gonna say it. Fart sounds and noises will never not be funny. I don't care if you're 70 or whether you're fresh out the womb, okay? All right? Fart noises are funny, all right? Okay? If I walk past my sister's room, yeah, heck yeah, I'm gonna go, you know, because it's funny. It's funny, and she'll go, what? And she doesn't know if it's real or not. It's just funny. It's funny to do, all right? I back this. If you're feeling down in the dumps and fart videos cheer you up, then watch those fart videos, all right? As long as it's not, you know, I guess if you do like farts and stuff, I guess go for it. Scott posts, just the word. Scott posts. This is my Scott Post impression. I love F1. I like driving. Get me a beer. Yes, yes, yes. And I go, you know what, Scott? You're alright. Scott Post is pretty. I gotta admit. Scott Post. He's a fine looking lad. No homo, seriously. But, you know, shout out. I constantly wear long fuzzy socks. I have a calico, I definitely said that wrong, cat pair and a Kingdom Hearts pair that I wear at least once a week, plus at least 20 more. I'll be honest, when you say long fuzzy socks, like fluffy socks, because fluffy socks, I don't think anybody in the world would say no to a pair of fluffy socks. Look, man, I just want to compliment a friend, okay, alright, without it being gay, alright? You know? I love to do it. But I don't want everyone to think that I'm that gay. Even if I was secretly, like, you guys don't need to know that. You know, did you do music GCSE? I certainly did do GCSE. I don't know what I was trying. I was trying to do like a little Ned Flanders then, diddly do, but it didn't go very well. Yeah. But no, I did do music GCSE. If you got any questions about music, throw them my way. I love answering. Would it be a good video idea? Oh my god, that actually is kind of a good video idea. Interacting with my AI self. Actually, that could... No, you know what? I think you're onto something there. if I make that video, I want you to go back to the stream, screenshot that message, and go around and say, I'm sick as fuck. You probably got ads. You probably didn't even see that, but, you know. Not a good idea. Not a good... Why is that not a good idea? What about that is not a good idea? I think it's a brilliant idea. Make a video, but do not make a... Oh, I wouldn't stream it. No, I wouldn't stream it. Because a video I could, like... If it got weird, then I can, like... I can make sure that it's not actually weird to watch. The last thing I want is you guys to be uncomfortable. I've done, like, videos before where maybe without editing them, it might come across as a little bit, like, odd. Not weird. Like, I'd never... If something went actually genuinely weird and made me uncomfortable or someone else uncomfortable, I wouldn't end up posting it. But, yeah. Jack and Tom did it on the podcast. Oh, well, you know what they say? If your friends do something, steal it. You know what? Yeah, I don't care. I could steal from Tom and Jack. They definitely stole things from me before. I've definitely given one of them a stream idea or something like that before. Okay. Well, Fluffy Socks are goated. That's the summary. I keep rewatching Arcane. Is Arcane any good, chat? Because, I don't know, sometimes just certain things, they kind of look good, but I don't know if they're actually good. Or whether everyone's just, like, into them. Like, you know when everyone was into Heartstopper? I'm no dig at Heartstopper for the record, but I watched it, and it felt like I was watching CBBC or something. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to watch something like that, but if it's just, like, a thing that people are into... Like it's kind of cool, but then suddenly I'm like, I am just watching a bunch of teenagers make out here, and I'm 21. It's great viewing. Like I probably would have been into it when I was younger, but I feel a little bit weird watching it. Does that make sense? Like I just feel like when I'm watching something like that, mate, I'm a volley on every platform. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Heartstoppers are the best. Yeah. I'm saying this 100% genuinely. I should be sociable and go out and make new friends. Especially since I've recently moved to Brighton. So I only know one person. But I'm such a homebody and I just love laying in bed doing absolutely nothing. Look, man, I think there's 100% a time to do absolutely nothing and lay in your bed. I think you really need... I think there's a balance, you know? I think I like going out. But if I go out too much... I get a bit crazy. I like staying in, but if I'm staying in every single day, I feel a little bit like I haven't got out of the house, you know? What I would say is if you want to... I mean, I guess it's about what you want to do, though. You say, I should be sociable and go and make new friends. But I understand sometimes that can be quite scary, you know? I remember when, obviously, Danny lives with me. I remember when Danny moved... I remember when Danny first moved. And Danny was like, I feel like I've got no friends. And now Danny has more friends than I do, you know? It's like, it does take a few... It does sometimes, like, get... You know, you have to give it a time, you know? So you know how it is. No, I don't. Yeah, not It's Danny. It's Danny doesn't live with me, guys. Okay, alright? Not actually Danny. Which is, you know, a stupid name. What kind of... But yeah, look, Kiz, I believe you can do it. I back you. I mean, if you want to, obviously. But the thing is, naturally over time, like if you just move, like naturally over time, you will just make friends. And also, you can make friends who like to stay at home and not do anything, because then it's like you can socialize without, you know, going crazy. You know, that's what I say. I tend to rewatch kid shows over and over again. I mean, why shouldn't you? It's the thing, right? Why? Kid shows are sometimes the best. I think sometimes kid shows as well, you know, really, really have deeper meanings to them. Like, actually, speaking back on Arthur, alright? Obviously, I said I watched the whole of Arthur. All 25 seasons, alright? There's an episode... which came out, I think, just after 9/11. And obviously, they didn't show 9/11, but they showed how destructive and sudden things can go down the gutter. But it was an incredible episode. I mean, absolutely. Like, I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is a kids program, but like, what an absolutely amazing way to show that if something goes tits up, to keep your head high and like shit will be like okay, you know. I mean, I think when a kids TV show can have a message like that, it makes you go, shit, man. Like, you know, we gotta like talk about shit, you know. Yeah. I love cheating on my partners. Sorry, I can't name a man I haven't cheated on because I always cheat with girls because gay rights. I don't think that's gay rights. I don't think you can pass off cheating on someone as gay rights. I don't think that's quite how it works. I think what I'm hearing is I'm hearing excuses. Excuses. I mean, look, if it's a guilty pleasure of yours, then maybe you shouldn't get in relationships. If you just like getting with other people, then do that. Just don't commit to anything. That's what it sounds like that you should do. I kind of hope this is just a joke. Me too. Me too. You shouldn't be disloyal to someone. Maybe they're a closet gay. That's great and all right? Okay, all right? You're still cheating. I don't care if you're a closet gay. All right? All right? When I was in college, I had a girlfriend. I was discovering my sexuality. Maybe it's kind of the reason that it didn't work out. But like, I didn't cheat on them. I didn't cheat on them. I just kind of thought, oh, I'm not sure if I like women. Turns out I did. I just, you know. It was a time where I was like, I'm not sure. I didn't then go and fuck a guy, did I? Sorry, maybe we're getting a little bit. You don't cheat on someone. Alright? You just didn't know. Look, man. You just gotta, like, be respectful. Alright? Because, yeah, I don't know. I spent 16 hours straight on character AI. Wow! You guys are into character AI, it seems. You know what? It scares me. I feel like people are going to start having relationships with AI. That's going to start happening, isn't it? My ex-boyfriend was gay and cheated on me with like 4 boys. Yeah, I mean... Look, man. Have you ever listened to Arthur Hill? If not, please do. I have actually a little bit, because I actually stole a video idea off Arthur Hill. So I actually, like, out of curiosity, was like, oh, I don't know much about this dude. And then, yeah, I listened to Arthur Hill. They're pretty good, actually. We've got shout out, fair play. I feel like there's a lot of hate against AI. I think there's probably, hopefully, hopefully there's some good takeaways from AI. But it does worry me a little bit. You know? You should do a viewer call-in therapy stream. Oh my god. Maybe we should actually. I feel like actually like a serious thing. I could wear a suit, guys. I'll make it all serious. That could be fun. I mean, obviously it could be quite deep stream. So maybe I'll put like a little warning but like, yeah, therapy viewer call in. And then I can sit there and obviously like chat to you guys about your serious problems. It could be anything. And you know what? I would title the stream, I'd say serious therapy stream brackets viewer call in. I think that could be actually a really good stream. Professor Respect. No, I was thinking like actually serious. If you guys actually have any problems, you know, you call in and I can try and help with your problems, you know. It's a space, you know, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Yeah, I probably have to be like, put some like requirements and say like, obviously if we have certain issues, maybe we keep that away from the stream. Because I don't want it to totally put people off. But I'll just be like, obviously there's very sensitive stuff. That I wouldn't want to necessarily, like, have to go into. Yeah, I don't want to be a... What qualifications do you have? Look, man, I wouldn't actually, like... I would preface that I'm not a professional. But I do think I'm good to talk to. And I don't think I'd make a problem worse. I just want to listen to, you know, some... I'd listen. I'd listen to you guys. I actually like bounties, and I'm sick of pretending they aren't good. They're the best. I literally walk into a shop and buy them. I pick them out of celebrations boxes. Box of celebrations. They are my fave. Look, man, I gotta agree with you. Bounties are great. Bounties are great. And if you don't like bounties, then you're just a pussy. Beth, I love cat. Is this you, Beth? Pathetic. Out of all the drugs, ket? Really? Wow. Obviously, don't do drugs, guys. I'm just... Especially don't do that shit where you snort... Ugh. Ugh. Why do you want to put powder in your fucking nose? Grin. I'm making my own music, and my guilty pleasure must be that I have dozens of tracks, but none released as I'm too insecure to release them. I just hoard those tracks like a... You know what? That is so relatable. That is so relatable. You know what? Making music and being too insecure to release them is probably the most common thing that every single creative person does. Look, man, if you are insecure to release music, let me just quickly pause for a sec. All right? I'm going to go through some of the biggest artists, okay? All right? We're going to start off the Beatles, all right? Do you know how many albums the Beatles released? Do you know how many songs the Beatles released? 188 original songs and 25 covers. That's over 200 songs that they released, okay, all right? 200 songs. Were they all good? No. How many songs did David Bowie write? Over 400. 400. Were they all good? No. But that doesn't matter, because no one sat there thinking, oh, yeah, but they made that one shit song. I mean, you might get the odd person, but like, when people talk about people like that, with David Bowie, I'd argue yes. To be fair, absolute mastermind, like fucking hell. But look, I've been doing this with videos, all right? Do you know how many videos I've been like, nah, that's not good enough. It's not ready yet, and then I haven't. I've delayed. Do you know how many videos that Bill didn't release? Would you guys have given a fuck? Would you guys have watched them anyway? Probably. And this is the thing, we spend so much time. Every single person, all of you in chat, every single one of your creative passions, all right, you spend so much time worrying about what people think and not enough doing, all right? And you know what? I'm guilty of it. Most people you watch on Twitch are guilty of it, to be fair, okay? But you know what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because you know what? It's about what stands out will be the stuff that's good. And you know what? Nothing comes from nothing. If you never release anything, you won't ever, people won't get to hear your music. And then you won't even have anything. You know? And the biggest people who do well in the world, I'm going to shout obviously Tom out. I think one of the reasons Tom is so successful is that he has never... I mean, don't get me wrong, he has. He's definitely let other people's opinions influence his work. But he doesn't care entirely if something isn't perfect. Because actually, realistically, people don't care. People want to see you make art. And actually, you know, when I stream, sometimes streams do worse than I think they are. Sometimes they do better than I think they're going to do. You don't know. You don't know because you're just one person. So my advice, not that you're looking for advice, but just release it. You know what? You can release 20 songs. It doesn't matter if the majority of them are shit. If some of them are good, they'll stand out. And yeah, it might not take off necessarily, but if you release shit, then you can look at how much you've improved. And if you look back and you go, oh, I don't like how I used to be, that's fine, because you're not that person anymore. You're different. So release shit. Don't let anything stop you, because nothing comes from nothing. This is something I need to keep telling myself, because I do it as well. But I believe in you. I believe in you to release some music. I believe in you. If you're still in chat, I believe in you, okay? Because I guarantee you, if you've been making music, okay, and you keep making it, you will get better. You will be better. You will become better. And I believe in you, man. I really do. I believe in all of you, chat. If there's something that you're putting off doing, just do it. Just do it. Who cares? Just do it. I love giving myself piercings. I only leave them in for a few weeks, then take them out. Right, so I bought an actual piercing kit. But before I would stab my ear with an earring until it went in. Oh! Don't do that! I'm so glad you don't do that anymore. Well, yeah, make sure you're being safe. Never pierce your ear with an earring, guys. Ever. Please. I don't care if you think it's fun. I don't care if you think it's cool. Don't. Please always be safe. I don't want you guys to get ear infections. It would upset me a lot. I love putting paint on me and the other person when we... after doing the deed. Alright, okay. Look, man, if you're into it, you're into it. I ain't gonna judge, as long as you're not doing anything illegal. Like, if you like putting paint. Oh, when we are doing the deed. Sorry, I thought it said like A. I don't know why I read A as After Effects. After Effects. Look, man, if you like paint and you're into paint, go for it. You know, there's definitely weirder stuff to be into. My biggest guilty pleasure is the music from Camp Rock. Why not, man? Oh, there's a lot of brilliant soundtracks from things like that. Okay. Danny, I love changing the prices on things at TJ Maxx when I don't agree with them. Wait, do you go in with a fucking pen and correct them? How'd you even realise that, Brev? I don't know. I guess as long as the paint doesn't get anywhere sensitive, then... Danny, that's illegal? You know what? But there's worse illegal activities, isn't there, when you think about it? Not illegal if you don't get caught. I don't think that's quite how it works. I think if I was to... when I, like, killed somebody... Yes, I managed to get away with it. I'm going to stop talking. Right. Look, man, I respect it. I actually love watching Mr. Beast videos sometimes. Oh. Yikes. Well, got much to say to that. I'm sorry you've been To be fair, I used to like watching Mr. Beast. Now it just pisses me off because I just can't think. Yeah, I don't know. I generally think watching like you and Tom and Jack and everyone else as a 28-year-old man constitutes as a guilty pleasure. I don't know. My mate's a couple years older than me and just watches the news and shit. And seeing the rest of the community just makes me feel too old, so I don't talk about it. You know what? I feel like there's so much like pressure from society to feel like you have to be into grown-up stuff. But I just don't get why. I mean, look, every time I watch the news, I just get depressed. And I actually used to watch it loads when I was younger. So I almost had the reverse. But, you know what? Like, I'll be honest. I don't feel any more grown up. I mean, maybe in some aspects. I feel like in some aspects I feel more grown up now than I did when I was, like, 14. You know? But, like, realistically, I kind of look at it and I go, well, in a lot of senses, I'm still like, I still do a lot of the old stuff that I used to do that, I don't know. Like, it's funny. I mean, back on, like, I watch fucking kids' TV. I mean, like, I wouldn't have said that when I was 16 years old in secondary school. I wouldn't have admitted to that. Absolutely not. But actually, I'm older now, and I'm like, well, I don't care. It's my life. I can do what I want, you know? And I feel like growing up don't mean you have to be boring. Doesn't mean you have to watch boring stuff. I think, you know, you just got to enjoy, like, the kind of media and content that you do. I think I feel like we can all kind of relate to it in a similar way. Obviously, like, it must feel a little bit odd being... Kids TV doesn't have a community, really. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, I guess it doesn't really have the same sort of community thing, but, like, I don't know. You know what? Here's a good example. I'm in a choir, and I feel out of place there a lot of the time, because I'm 21, and it's a bit different, but I'm 21, obviously, with a bunch of, like, I know, adults in their 50s and 60s. But I fit in. I don't feel... Sometimes I feel like a little bit, like, maybe obviously I'm not the same as everyone there. But, like, I enjoy socializing with that group of people. You know? Yeah, maybe I'm not the same as them. But that's okay, because I'm not like, I don't feel rejected. And I think as long as you feel accepted in any community, that's the main thing. And like, yeah, I don't think it's just something you should be ashamed of, you know, if it's something that you enjoy. You know, because like, I think it's better to enjoy, like, you don't want to be fake. You don't want to be like pretending to be, like, because that's the thing, you know, when you're in school, well, you and the others definitely make me feel accepted. Well, that's brilliant. You know, when you're in school, everyone's so judgmental. Everyone's so judgmental. And then you leave. And I left and I got to a place where I was like, oh my God, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks because I'm happy. And actually, like, that's all that you should care about. If you're happy and you like the community and the life that you live, who gives a fuck about anyone else? What they're doing? You know, I feel like we've set up a society of comparing ourselves. I mean, people who sit there and doom scroll on their phone, I mean, they're doing it. You're comparing yourself to all these people. You know, you're seeing the way someone looks and you're comparing yourself. It's natural. It's what humans do. But actually, you don't need to. You don't benefit from anything. I don't know if I'm making sense. There's ads. I'll wait for the ads to finish before we get on to the next one. You're making sense. Good, good, good. Garlic bread does sound good in gravy. No, like cheesy garlic bread does sound good in gravy. But to be honest, I think I guess it depends. There's two things. If you like cheesy garlic bread and you like gravy, I think you're probably gonna like this combo. There's so many people on TikTok that are so incredibly pretty, and every time I see them, I feel upset because I know I will never be that pretty. Look, I'm gonna say it. You guys are always gonna get fake representations of what people look like on the internet. Yeah, some people look great. Some people look great, and some people won't look at like the same way as they want to on camera. But I'm telling you, as someone who like does this as a full-time career, I can pretend, but like, do you know how many times I'm like about to start stream and I go downstairs and I'm like, well, I say downstairs here because there's stairs, but in my flat there's not. But I will spend about 20 minutes fussing over my hair or how I look or like one little spot, and you know, in all my thumbnails, I will edit my face. If I have any spots, I'll take them off. I will do things to make me look good. There's a reason earlier when I was on about the way I look and I'm on about like my strength in the gym, I didn't just like take off my shirt off and show you guys. It's because I haven't been to the gym. I haven't had a pump. I don't know what the lighting's like here. I'm gonna be honest. The internet is such a fake portrayal of how people actually look. It really is, because like I think we set ourselves these standards that realistically, if I've just woken up in the morning, I ain't gonna look amazing. I ain't gonna look great. If I've just you know, like there's a lot of people who wouldn't want to do a subathon and like sleep on camera because they're nervous about the way they look. I'm glad I had the confidence to be able to do it. But I also think looking good, it is a confidence thing. If you feel confident, you will look better. And I know that doesn't just come overnight, but I promise you, every single one of you in chat right now, if you feel insecure about the way you look, if you want to look like someone else, I'm going to say, stop comparing yourself, because you aren't the same person. And you know what? First of all, beauty to me comes from the inside. Okay, if you are a wonderful human being, okay, your beauty will show. Fuck off. I was having a good chat then. If you feel insecure about the way you look, I promise, you look fucking gorgeous. I promise you. Okay, alright? It pisses me off, the amount of people I know who I think look amazing, but they don't have that self-belief. They don't feel confident in their own shoes. And I understand that it's not easy to. That makes sense. But like, just know that you're loved for the person you are. People love you just the way you are. In fact, if anyone was in the stream yesterday, we were reading this book. We were reading this little children's book called Marvin Wanted More. Alright? It's a book about the sheep who wants to be bigger so he can jump over fields. He wants to be able to jump higher, so he keeps eating, and then suddenly, at the end, there's a really beautiful message. Marvin felt much better, and then, I like you just the way you are. I like me just the way I am too. Okay? I feel like it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart that some of you guys don't like or love yourself. Because it's in there. It is in there. All of you can do it. All of you can have the ability to love yourself and feel confident in your own skin. I promise you, if you don't like the way you look, that's okay. Because you can find a way to love yourself. It's not just a physical thing, it's a mental thing. It's both, you know? I'm so hot. I'm glad you said that. Because you should be saying these things about yourself. You should get up and you should look at yourself and you should focus on the good things. Because I tell you what, when I'm looking in the mirror, all right, I'm going to be analysing everything that I'm doing. But, if I just walked out, no one's going to judge me. And people who judge normally aren't... I say this while I'm fixing my hair. People who judge are normally insecure about themselves. I was so bad about this 2 to 3 years ago. I overcame my body dysmorphia. I'm in love with myself now. That's awesome. As you should be. I think, I'm going to say some of my insecurities, chat. In fact, to make it even better, I'm going to zoom into my face. Alright. Let me move this other way. Alright. Right now. I feel like I have chapped lips. I did earlier. Can you guys tell? No. As I said, I wish I'd shaved before the stream. Can you guys tell? Probably not. I have this little thing on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like a little scar from a spot I had a few years ago. I used to be so insecure about it. But you know what? I think it's cute. It makes me unique. And that's wonderful. Because yeah, maybe it doesn't give me... Maybe it doesn't make me feel amazing. Maybe if I'm looking at my mirror in some terrible lighting and I look at my nose and I go, oh, it's really standing out today, I feel insecure about it. Yeah, for sure. But then I look at myself and I go, okay. But most people aren't actually looking at me really close. Most people aren't doing these things. And, I know for a lot of people, it's very daunting. I know some people get very insecure on your skin. I'm very lucky. I feel like I have good skin. But I used to be very insecure about my skin a few years ago. And actually, that's okay. I looked at myself and I thought, well, what do I want to do about it? What do I want to do about it? I don't like the way I have skin. If you don't like the way your skin is and you can't fix it, stop trying loads of products. Go get it checked out. If you see what you can do, because there's we live in a world with resources which can help make you feel more confident in your body. Don't be scared to use them. If you want to look better, then push yourself. Yes, I have eczema and it makes me so spotty. And if that's something that obviously, that's not something you can control. I finally ditched my toxic bestie and found some new friends. I've been so much better. You got to surround yourself with people who uplift you, not people who put you down. You need to let people be positive about you, around you, okay? You can't see the insecurities other people you walk past have, so why should you see yours? Yeah, I mean, look, I just said I was annoyed about my chapped lips and my nose. Did any of you guys have a fucking clue about that? Of course you didn't. Did any of you ever sit there and go, oh my god, I can't believe he has that tiny little scar on his nose? Absolutely not. Of course you didn't. And people who comment on things that might make you insecure, anyone who loves themselves wouldn't do that. Anyone who loves themselves would not do that. I promise you. I don't know, man. I'm sorry I've gone on a little rant. It upsets me how little... It upsets me that people get so insecure about the way they look and the way they feel and all these things. You don't need to be. Because the only reason you're insecure is because you've convinced yourself that you need to look like some supermodel, or you need to convince yourself to be perfect. But like, you know, if you want to be healthier and you want to have, you know, things like that, then go get it. Go fucking get it. Because ain't nobody stopping you. I promise. Again, as I said, I used to be insecure about my skin quite a lot. And I really like, I never had bad skin, but like, I didn't like the way that I would get, like if I started doing certain things or patterns of behavior or lifestyle choices that I would make, it doesn't necessarily like help your factor. Be honest with yourself. I started using the sauna as a big way to exfoliate dead skin off my face and stay hydrated and make sure that I was like taking care of myself. Now, I don't even use, I barely use any fucking skin products. I barely use any. I use a natural skin product of the sauna. I go in, I sweat out all my toxins, I get all the crap out of my skin by doing that. And then I sit there, I get out, I rinse my face, I get my towel, I rub like my dead skin on my lips, and then suddenly I look at myself and I go, oh wait, yeah, no, my skin looks great. I put some moisturizer on. I think people always assume that having a skincare routine means you need to chuck loads of products on your face, and like, obviously some people have bad genetics. Your granddad does have a sauna. You told me this. I can't remember when. I think you might have told me this. Not Cinemas after party actually. I don't know if you remember it though. Because I remember saying I got to go to your granddad's house. I was like, invite me over. But look, man, if you ever feel like you're not good enough, if you ever feel like you're not pretty and you're not a wonderful human being, I promise you, you fucking are. You're not looking at your true self. If you're looking in a mirror and you don't like the way you look, then you're not looking at your true self. You're not being your true self. So don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah, I doxed his whole address. Oh yeah, I remember now. Gotta try a sauna one day. I hope next time you're in Brighton, let me know. I'm your man. But yeah, man. The main thing is just like, yeah, take care of yourself, and beyond that, remove toxic people from your life. Hang around with people who make you feel good, not with people who put you down. But yeah. Bloody adverts. Chat, when we were watching Nativity last night in a Patreon, I was like, we were watching it off this website because it was the best quality, and like every like 10 minutes there'd be a fucking advert, and it was so annoying. I was like, bruh. It was at like the best moments as well. All right, let's get back to these guilty pleasures. Not much, but I eat cold kebab with ketchup and enjoy it. Look, man, I think ketchup personally goes with everything. I'm a solid supporter. Your guilty pleasure is men whimpering. I mean, look, fair enough. I hate all vegetables, so I'm always eating unhealthy food. You don't hate all vegetables. I think you're chatting shit. Look, if you don't like vegetables, all right, then clearly you haven't eaten very good vegetables. Try fresh veg if you haven't. And if not, hey Chris, how you doing? And if you don't like fresh veg, all I'm gonna say is, you know what, chat? I'm gonna say it. I think taste buds are very heavily a mental thing. I really do. I think they're such a mental thing, because I have always had a very positive relationship with food. And I think it's the attitude and the environment I was in growing up. I think it really helped me. Obviously, I know that food is a very complicated issue. But I think one of the reasons I have a positive relationship with food is because I was always very open-minded. And there's certain foods that I didn't used to like that I do like now. And I looked it up. You can actually change. You can train your taste buds. You can actually train your taste buds. Okay. So if you think you don't like food, be honest with yourself. Have you really tried? Have you really pushed yourself? Because I'm telling you, eating vegetables is such an easy life hack that will just make everything better. And as you get older, yeah, taste changes. Freddie, can you cook some stuff for me to help me eat more? I don't mind cooking. Look, man, any excuse to cook food for you guys. 100%. Maybe I should open like a, maybe I'll have to do a food hygiene course. But maybe I should open up like a food stall one day and just give you guys free food. That could be fun. Found out I like lettuce. Well, lettuce is banging, you know. If I go more than 24 hours without a vape or ciggy, I start hyperventilating and shaking. It's really bad. Send us money for cigs. Well, I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm not surprised. Nicotine is a very addictive drug, and it will give you serious withdrawal symptoms if you are doing it too much. What I will say is that your life will be much better without doing it. However, it's very difficult to quit, and I understand that. So what I would say, I wonder who said this. What I will say, I understand wanting a vape or a ciggy. But what I will also say, I've got a few friends who have quit nicotine. And I guess you gotta want to quit. I ain't gonna sit here and try and convince you to quit if you don't want to. If you don't want to quit, then I ain't gonna sit here and try and lecture you. All right? I can't be asked. All right? Because look, realistically, if you're chemically addicted, you're chemically addicted. Like, that is a chemical in your body. It is like literally you will be ill if you quit. Which you know, if you smoke too much and you try and quit, you will struggle. But what I will say is every single person I know who has quit nicotine said they forgot what life was like before they smoked. They said, I forgot about how easy these specific tasks are. I've forgotten how hard it is to, like, how easy it is, like, to kind of get on with certain tasks. Before you have your first cigarette, you have no reliance. It is no stress. It essentially, creating that addiction causes you more stress. It causes you more stress, okay? So, yeah, quitting is incredibly hard, and I recognise that. I don't expect any of you to quit. It's very difficult. The first thing I'd say, I'd advise you to try and cut down, okay? All right? I'm not going to sit here and try and lecture you. If you smoke or vape, my advice, I know it's difficult. I'm not expecting you to quit. I'm not trying to be your fucking mum or your dad, all right? But try and cut down. Try and at least cut down. And then there's no pressure. But try and think about what the benefits would be if you did quit. But I totally understand it's fucking difficult. I mean, look, I've personally always stayed away from nicotine. I've never been in an environment with cigarettes or vapes, like growing up, and I had a very negative attitude towards it, and I'm glad I did, because I don't want to have a nicotine addiction. But find other joys in life, because I promise you, I think for me, one of the big things as well it's like, for a lot of people, I know it's an oral fixation. It's something to do. It's a thing that they need to just do. I promise you, there are other things. There are other things you can do. You know? And if you're struggling with your mental health, yeah, it's going to be even harder to quit. But I promise you, if you're struggling with your mental health, when you do quit, you're going to feel like a completely different person. You are going to feel like a completely different person. And to me, if that doesn't convince you, if the thought of feeling like you've been reborn doesn't appeal to you, I don't know what I can do. I don't know what I can do to help. But I believe in you. I believe in you to quit. I promise you, the life I live, I'm not addicted to nicotine. And I see people who are. And it's an inconvenience. I know sometimes it can be a social thing, okay? But if you don't smoke, you'll have less anxiety and be more social. They're just, I can't even get into how much it pisses me off that it's so accessible for like young kids. Because it's even hard, if you get into it young, it's even harder to quit as well. It pisses me off, man. Like all the fucking bright colours, like fuck off government, pricks. You guys are sat there, alright, and you'll be like, look what we're doing to help the young get settled, alright, okay? In the UK, alright, you've got something like cannabis being a fucking Class B drug, but then like, the same people writing these laws are the same people who are like, giving out like lower sentence for fucking being a nonce. And I just sit there and I go, fuck you. You don't care. You don't care about young people. Stop faking this narrative, man. Anyway, I hope you can get a healthy relationship with your addiction. If you're shaking after 24 hours, I think you need to cut down. Serious advice, I know you don't probably want to hear it, you probably don't give a shit what I have to say. If you're shaking after 24 hours of not having nicotine, I think you need to cut it down. Seriously. Do not underestimate the long-term effects. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Sorry. I know that it's not always just like that. I know quitting isn't that simple. I know there's a lot more to it than that. So if I've upset anyone, I do apologise. I know addictions can be extremely difficult. And if you need serious help, you can get help. I'll also say nicotine does not bring the best out in people. I know people who smoke nicotine and stop, a lot of the time, they're horrible to be around. They are not fun to be around. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people who, without nicotine, you become a bitch. Don't be one of those people. Alright? Like, I remember, it's like, it's not, if it's something that you can control, I don't think you should be a bitch. If it, yeah, I don't know. If you're being a prick, and it's something that you, like, if you're being a prick, alright, and, like, you're on your period, fucking fair play. Like, that's not, fair play. That's hormones, you can't control that. Fair play. If you're being a prick because you haven't had nicotine, fuck off. I'm putting up with your bullshit. You've made the decision to do this. I ain't gonna sympathise with you. Sorry, I'm being mean. I can't stand fucking. It's one of the things that pisses me off. Why did disposable vapes become so popular? I remember I first saw them at a festival and I thought, oh god, this is bad. This is bad. I know that counts as a guilty pleasure, but listening to the family gossip when people don't know I'm listening, as I get told otherwise. Oh, okay. So do you like eavesdropping? I love eavesdropping is great. I've never smoked my whole life and I get the frustration. Yeah. Look, man. I promise, if you're a smoker, I don't want you to dislike me for saying these things. I'm sorry. I know that there's so many environmental factors to it, and not everyone chooses to get addicted. It's not like that. I totally get it. I just sometimes I want to emphasize how much easier life could be without it. And also, it's also one of those things. I've never been addicted to nicotine. So, I also get that I can't really talk about it because I don't get it. I also understand that. I don't get it. That's like the whole point. I don't get it. So, I totally understand if it comes across like I'm just waffling and I don't have a place to say, because I get it. I understand that, like, I don't really have a specific right to talk about it. I'm obsessed with bugs. I love just laying in the garden, watching them do their thing. They're just so cute. I have multiple books about bugs and 3 sketchbooks full of bug drawings. I'm autistic. Well, look, man, if you like bugs, fucking own that shit. I mean, if you love bugs, keep that passion. You know, I mean, I don't know if you want it to go down like a career in that direction, but like, if you are passionate about something, then you should do something about it. If you love bugs, you know, study zoology and fucking like just be an enthusiast about them, learn about them. I mean, there's so many bug species. I mean, it's crazy. There's so many. I mean, there's so much you could discover. There's so much you could learn and share. If you love bugs and that's your passion, you share that passion. Because I want to know about fucking bugs. That's awesome. Don't feel like that's a guilty pleasure. That's a cool pleasure. I'm so severely in love with Ross from the 1975. It was a guilty pleasure until I full-on confessed my love for him face to face, and he absolutely loved it. Was this you, Beth? Or was this someone else? I just know Beth's obsessed with the 1975, so. I wonder who this is. I know it could be someone. There could be someone else. I was blackout drunk when it happened. Well, look, man. Look, as long as you're not, you know, as long as you had, if you confess your love to him and it was a productive moment for you, then why not? Thank you. I just got my dinner, guys. Look at that. Bang. I'm so glad I did as well, because I'm fucking hungry. All right, dinner time. Guys, don't worry, I'll share some of it with you. Okay, sorry I got a little bit, sorry it's been a bit of a kind of ranty stream. I didn't want it to be like a negative rant stream. I'm trying to just like, I sometimes have a lot of thoughts. And sometimes, I don't know. I feel like, see, this is what I love about being back at home. I just fucking love it. Oh man. But sometimes I get like so passionate about things because I feel like I do have a lot of thoughts that I wish I could just like share with people. I feel like I've learned what has made me feel amazing, and obviously not to be like a dickhead, but I do feel like out of a lot of my friends, I feel like I have very good mental health. I feel like I do, and I don't think it's just because I don't think it's just coincidence. I think lifestyle and your attitude, I think, is so important. And I think a lot of people, sometimes they get frustrated because I feel like, obviously I know that mental health is difficult. I know everyone struggles with it. I know that it's not as simple for everybody. And I don't want to come across like I don't understand that everyone has different experiences. Thank you so much, Nichols, for the 12 months. Oh, wait, no, 12 months in a row. 35 months, tier 1. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're a legend. Thank you so much. That is a lot of loyalty, man. 35 fucking months. Chat, hey, that's nearly 3 years. I appreciate it. Seriously, I really do. But yeah, sometimes with mental health, I get it. I get that everyone's situation is different. But if I can have a rant about why it pisses me off that people don't love themselves and why they should, and I can have a rant about, you know, anything, if it can help someone, I want to do that. I want to do that. Because sometimes I think it does just need it. Sometimes, I mean, obviously every situation is different. But I've had it before where someone said something to me and all I needed was a little kick up the arse just to be like, mate, stop feeling sorry for yourself. I know it's harsh. That is harsh, but I think sometimes the harsh reality is it ain't gonna change if you don't fix it. So sorry, my mum says I have to go do stuff. I totally get you. And obviously, it's not always easy, but it's so important. It's so important. But I also think sometimes when I go on these rants, it is a bit one-sided because it's not like I have a conversation where I can listen to someone. And I do think sometimes listening to someone when they're having a conversation is important because you need to get other perspectives. Because, I mean, that's just the way it is. I know I don't need to apologise, but I just want to make sure that I'm not, like, coming across, like, unreasonable. If someone started vaping when they were 12 years old and they got a serious addiction and it's all they've ever known, I think I can understand if that person never ever quits. Even if I don't get it, I totally understand why they would keep smoking. I get that because that's kind of, they've learned that from such a young age. That's something that they're accustomed to. I understand. Well, yeah, no, vaping at 12, especially if you're regularly doing it, I don't think people would vape at 12. Look, man, unfortunately, we are in a world where a lot of people start things like that very young. Just because the majority of people don't, trust me. I have seen people, maybe they're older, I have seen people who look younger than 12 who are vaping. I'm going to be honest, I did start when I was 12 purely because of peer pressure and the area I grew up in. I quit month after, I hated it, never got addicted. I was so lucky. No, 100%. So many, like, this is the thing, you have to be so careful. Like, I think a lot of parents don't help. Sadly, I know a lot that started smoking at 10 to 12 years old. Look, man, when I was 10 to 12 years old, I couldn't have dreamed of it. But, like, a lot of people do. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Because it's like, actually, we don't educate well enough. It's become so accessible. So accessible. An 11-year-old offered to buy me a vape that looked like a biro, and I was just like, girl, you're 11, why? I think people want to impress other people. I think people want to look cool. I think some people get into it because it's just the environment they've been in. And this is why I say I'm sorry if I'm saying anything that's maybe not understanding the point, because I know that I grew up in an environment where it was kind of like, I was always kind of very like, I just never got it. I never got it. And I grew up in an environment wanting to look after my body, and I think a lot of people don't care in the same way that I might. I've always wanted to be healthy. I've always wanted to feel good. And yeah, I'll be honest, if you're sat there with an elf bar, it defo ain't cool. Defo ain't cool. But it's funny, the societal pressure that makes you think that. When I was in music college, everyone smoked. Everyone smoked, but I didn't. Everyone had either a vape or cigarettes, or even at least they did it when they were drunk. I just never got it. I tried a cigarette once and I was like, oh, nah. Like, I tried vaping once, I was like, nah. I tried out of curiosity, not out of, oh, this is something I want to do. So, you know, I can understand how people do get addicted. Everyone at my college just got stoned all day, every day. To be honest, I can understand that more than vaping. I can understand being a stoner more than being addicted to cigarettes. Because you actually get some, like, you actually become intoxicated. So I can understand how you could get addicted to that more than something that basically has no benefit. Like, I just don't get, I don't get the high. I don't get the highs of smoking. I remember when I joined secondary school, and yeah, all the year 11s, the year 10s, they smoked. Thank you so much for the tier 1! Rivers Network, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Oh wait, chat. It did it. It did the correct way. Maybe it's resubs. Maybe that's what it is. You know how recently it's been doing the Streamlabs logo? I don't know why. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's like resubs and things like that that are weird. Let me see. Okay. We got to change thing. But I don't like shouting and ranting too much. I feel like it just builds up frustration. Rivers Network, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Holy shit. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Oh, it's fucking hot. I don't really know how, but someone in my class was able to hit their vape during the lecture. Not good, but very impressive. To be fair, there used to be people in my school who would have a vape and they'd do it under the table all the time. I mean, I bet probably people went. I bet with fucking disposable vapes, loads of people do that these days. But now I think it might be cool at the time, but I'm telling you, trust me. If you're at the age where people are starting to vape and you haven't yet, I promise you, just don't. Just don't. Because I don't know a single person who's addicted to nicotine who ever talks about how happy they are that they're addicted. I don't know a single person who is glad they are addicted to nicotine. Not a single. And I have met thousands of people who are addicted to nicotine and have conversations. I've probably had hundreds and hundreds of conversations. I have not met a single person who is happy that they have started smoking or vaping. I don't know a single person who thinks that it was a good idea. So one of my guys asked to go to the toilet and then came back and said to the teacher, "Miss, I forgot my vape." I love your shirt. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's upset. I do feel like American vapes as well are worse because they're higher percentage as well. We limit them at 1 to 2%. I think like average in America is like 5%. It's crazy. Obviously, I went out to America a fair amount in well, just the past few years. I've been out a fair amount, obviously with like tour and things like that, and seeing the vapes out there, it's like, wow, Jesus Christ. But yeah. That sub counter is so low. To be fair, it's just individual tier ones. It's just individual tier ones, and it goes up the week of my subathon. The week of my subathon, it like goes up so much. Like I'll show you. I'll show you how many tier ones that I got last month in the last week of November. The last week of November from, well, I start my subathon on the 24th, so we'll go last week of November to the 30th. Oh my god, Vivers Network, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Not low, slow. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid. I can't read, man. Silly me. One of my best friends was vaping while watching Bilzo once. It was an experience. It's an experience. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Fred, can you help? My ex-girlfriend keeps asking me out over and over again when I'm saying no and asking what we are. I can't. When I'm saying no and asking what we are, I can't block her because she's in my favourite group chat and I don't want to start drama in the group chat. Is there any other options? I think you need to tell them. Okay, I guess it depends. Because, you know what? There's a lot of nice ways you can do it. The first question I'm going to ask is, are you... Obviously, it's your ex. Are you chill with just being single at the moment? Or are you wanting to get with someone else? Because I do think that like the gifted subs aren't updating it. They don't update it because it's individual tier ones. It's so annoying, unfortunately, but it's individual tier ones that add to this timer. I'll show you. Because So, I don't know. Can you see this here? Okay, alright. So, December, please help me reach the +1 level. It says, how eligibility works. Creators must maintain point requirements for 3 consecutive months to be eligible. Eligibility status will be evaluated at the end of each month according to the UTC time zone. Gift and Prime subs are not currently counted towards eligibility. So you need 100 individual tier 1s 3 months in a row, and then I get a 60-40 revenue share. So tier 1s are worth 1 point, tier 2s are worth 2 points, and tier 3s are worth 6 points. So essentially, you need to hit that requirement to get the 60-40 cut. And that's what I'm trying to go for. I hit it the past 2 months, so if I can hit it this month, then I'll get it, basically. But in the last, when I go over to subscriptions, I'll turn off gift subs and Prime subs. On the 24th last month, I got 10 subs. On the 25th last month, I got 15 subs and a tier 3 sub. On the 26th, I got 4 tier 1s. On the 27th, I got 9 tier 1s. No, 8 tier 1s and 1 tier 3. So basically, the tier 1s add up. The last week of November, essentially, the last week of the month will probably be when the counter goes up the most, basically. So, yeah. I need to give them money to buy the sub to people. It's so annoying. I wish if gift subs counted towards it, I'd be pushing for the 70-30 split. But no, it's quite a lot harder than it seems, unfortunately. But I'm hoping, just in general, to just stream a bit more over the next year. So hopefully we will get to a point where we do just have 100 tier 1s every single month. I think that'd be the nicest place to be. But yeah, it's annoying because back in the day when I was getting like a few thousand viewers a stream, I so would have hit these requirements. So it's so annoying that I don't anymore. It's so annoying that they introduced the program afterwards. Because like, all the money I've earned from Twitch have also earned. It's so annoying. I'm like, bro, Twitch, this huge company, has done fuck all. And they have still taken 50% of all my earnings, ever. It's a little bit annoying, man. But tier 3 subs, I do get the 70-30 cut on. Tier 3 subs, you do get the higher cut, which is good. I wait till COVID was over and everyone wasn't on Twitch anymore. Yeah, man. No, Twitch is great, but this is why I have a Patreon. To be honest, one of the reasons I have a Patreon, because Patreon take 5%, so I get 95% of everything from Patreon. So I more or less get 100%, which is why Patreon's goated. Once you hit the split, does it stay forever? So I think I need to maintain it a bit, but I think it's a lot easier to maintain once you've hit it because you don't have to hit it every single month. Like if there's a few months I don't hit it, it just takes the pressure off. So as I said, like overall, I would like to continue to I'd like to continue to be able to hit the 100 points just naturally every month, just regular subs from each month. I'd like to get to that place over the next year. Just because it's like, it's nice to have a bit of consistency in revenue. It takes off the pressure of being self-employed. I'm so glad I joined stream. It's just a chill one, but still, I've been watching Badlinu since early 2021, 2020. But I only recently re-downloaded Twitch. Your streams are so cozy. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, man, I really appreciate you being here. Okay, wait, sorry, we've had a few messages from Grace. Let me reread your thing, because I did literally ask you to give me more details. Like, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm just waiting for the right person. I'm not looking for someone. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I get you. Because I was going to say, like, if you're not looking for a relationship and one of the reasons you broke up, is there a reason why you broke up? Because I think toxic relationships can be really difficult, but I promise you, make sure you put your foot down and keep saying no, because I know some relationships that they get together, they break up, they get together, they break up. It never works out. It never works well. If you're breaking up and getting back together, like, clearly you can't communicate well enough, otherwise you would have just worked through your problems. And especially, it's infuriating when it happens so many times, and by the end of it, you don't care anymore. I've had friends where, like, I just don't care. I don't care if they're together anymore. I just don't want to have to deal with the drama. YouTube videos are my favorite. I rewatch them over and over. Thank you so much. Well, chat, I'm gonna focus a lot more the next few months on me. I want to, like, make some cool YouTube videos. I want to keep streaming and do fun stuff. Proud of you so far, man. Look forward to 2025. I said before, it will be your year. I appreciate it, man. No, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm in a really good headspace, I think, about the next year. I think this year has been fucking weird for me. Obviously, going on tour. Which, bear in mind, it's one of those things. Obviously, going on tour, incredible for me. Amazing experience. But I think I don't go on about it enough. Like, that was 2 months of my life that was just completely different. And that had like a very big, I think it changed me a lot as a person. Because I think 2 months of your life where you're on the road and, you know, you feel quite lonely at times. You feel like overwhelmed a lot of the time. It is amazing, but it's crazy. And then I got back, and then suddenly I have to adjust back to reality. It's really, really weird. So yeah, I don't know. Because I realized I didn't like her in that way, and I was like stuck because I didn't like her. I just wanted to be her friend. I think you just need to be like. I think the main thing you can just say is you just say it's really difficult because you obviously you don't want to cause drama, and unfortunately that is the reality of breakups. Sometimes that's part of the package. That is just part of the package. The main thing, you just got to be like, look, I'm not ready to be in a relationship with you. I don't want to be in a relationship. I know, and don't even say not ready. You got to be just clear, and you just got to, like, keep reiterating, I don't want to be with you. And it's, you know, you don't have to be mean to them, but you just have to get them to understand that it's over. And unfortunately, you might have to stop hanging around. You might have to stop hanging around them for a bit. That's sometimes what you got to do. You got to say, I need to take some space away from you for a bit. I care about you a lot. I don't want to cause drama, but I need to take some space away from you because I don't know where my head's at. Give it a few months, and then they will realise. You know? Hopefully. Some people don't. Some people are a bit crazy. But you need to be like, if they won't let it drop, just say to them, look, just say, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. If you can't understand that, then I need to take some time away from you. I need to take some time with you as a friend because I don't want to damage our relationship. If we were to remain friends and civil, I don't want this to be toxic because right now, I've been trying to hint by not talking to her a lot anymore. but I feel horrible when I don't. That's the thing. But that's the thing. You need to be transparent about that. You can't just not talk to someone without communicating. I mean, not everyone will understand. Obviously, in a relationship, that's kind of what you have to do. But in my opinion, yeah. You need to say, look, you need to be brutally honest, basically. You got to be like, look, I care about you a lot, but I really need to focus on myself now. And if you still have feelings for me, then I think we need to take some time apart. I'm not saying I want any drama, but I think we should communicate. If you're going to some social gathering, okay, let me know. If I'm at a social gathering, let me know. Like, I'll let you know, so you know not to turn up and like make things awkward. But I think we need to take some space to not be around each other for a bit, because my head is not in a place where I can deal with that. And it is harsh, but that is the least toxic way to do it. Because if you suddenly start distancing yourself, pushing yourself away, if they don't understand that, it's going to be incredibly difficult. It's going to be incredibly difficult. And I think sometimes you do just need, even just a month, at least, just to be away from them for a bit. Because if you're in a relationship with someone and suddenly you're not, suddenly, that's a huge change. That's a huge change. And they're going to want to talk to you about it. But it does suck. You just got to be like, look, I know it sucks. I care about you a lot. But I need some space. I need some space from you. And I care about you a lot. And I respect, that would really mean a lot to me if you gave me some space. And naturally, if you're not around them, they'll realise that they don't need you in their life as much as they maybe think they might. Because life will go on. And if they can't get over that obsession, then that's them. That's their toxicity. You know, it sucks. But sometimes, as brutal as it is, you just gotta be really kind and just tell them how you feel, and just say, look, I'm really sorry, but I need space. I can't talk to you. I can't be friends with you for a bit. I'm not saying we can't be friends again. I'm just saying I need some time to get my head in the right place before I talk to you again. It is difficult though. I listen to cancelled artists. I don't support them though. I just listen to their music on a re-uploaded channel. You know what? I mean, look. I don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. I think if you want to listen to cancelled artists, then doesn't mean you support them. Again, there's that whole debate about separate the artist from the art. I think it's a really difficult one. I think it also depends what your association with the artist is. I think, you know, you don't want it to obviously be toxic, but like, look, let's be real, like, John Lennon probably wasn't a good guy. But people don't give a shit about you listening to the Beatles, do they? I think it depends what that relationship is for you. I think if you can't listen to the artist without feeling like a connection with them, then I think it gets a bit more complicated. If you're going out and like, if you're like going to a concert of theirs and you know that they're a bit shitty and you're supporting them, then that you shouldn't do that. If you just want to listen to their music because you like the music, then go for it. But what I will say is there is a lot of music out there and you don't have to feel tied down. But yeah, no, like realistically, I think there's a lot of artists out there that people wouldn't give a shit about you listening to. I do think there's definitely double standards. That's definitely my issue with... like, I can't listen to the music anymore because I can't not think of them. I fear that may be a confession about Lovejoy. I think, possibly. What I will say is, look, Lovejoy ain't that good. It's alright, but it ain't that good. Come on. You can find some better music. I still play Adopt Me at my grown age in the big 2024. I don't even know what that is. Look, man, if it's a really unique artist, you know, I can get it more. But come on. It's not a unique artist, is it? But look, fair enough. Let's not talk about that. I eat things that cause me to have stomach issues. Well, that's a bit silly, isn't it? I've met a few people who really like cheese and might be like lactose intolerant. I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know what it'd be like if I had an allergy. I think it would really suck. It really suck. So I don't really want to. Look, if you don't mind having the stomach issues and you want to eat the food, then eat the food. That's what I'd say. He's just enjoying being able to say it after all those piano streams. Oh man, seriously, man. It used to piss me off so much inside. Especially when I have my own opinions. But obviously, like, you can't just make allegations about someone without like having any evidence. Like, what do? Just say, oh, I got bad vibes. Like, I know it's a really weird one. You can get bad vibes from someone, but it doesn't mean you can cancel them over it, you know? But look, my bad vibes were correct, so... I'll sometimes have a little bite of the food and treats I give my cat just to make sure it's not poison. You need to sort out your priorities. No offense, like, I'm sure your cat's lovely, but I would much rather your cat died than you. Got any bad vibes about anyone else? Look, I ain't gonna pretend. There's people I have bad vibes about on the internet. It ain't my place to say. That's for closed doors. I don't want to cause shit. Especially if I'm not really associated with them. You know? Unfortunately, a lot of people. I think a lot of people aren't very true to who they say they are on the internet. Unfortunately. Plenty of genuine people as well, but... I solve Rubik's Cubes for fun, and it has evolved from a guilty pleasure to a full-on hobby, and I can do it in 10 seconds. That's fucking impressive, mate. I can solve Rubik's Cube. I think my fastest time was 28 seconds, which I think is pretty good. Under 10 seconds, though, wow, you are actually fucking incredible. Fair play. At this point, we trust your instincts, Freddy. I eat the peels of bananas. They're so chewy. It's a very fun activity. Okay. Well, I'm not sure I can quite relate with you on that. But if you're happy, you're happy. And that's... Yeah. Get salt and vinegar crisps and a Reese's and sandwich the Reese's in the crisps. It's so good. Beth, I trust you. I actually do trust you on that. Badlinu, I like kidnapping and saying bad. No, sorry, I accidentally kept that one in there. Moons, I like to eat inedible things and no one can convince me to stop. Like paper, toilet paper. Not used toilet paper. Okay, I'm glad you cleared that one up. Bottle caps. Okay, bit odd. Pencil erasers. Do you mean like plastic ones? No, oh wait, no. What am I on about? Like rubbers. Okay. Inedible food is just better than regular food sometimes. Right. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Mullet and a mustache. I love it so much. I miss my last man. He had one. Come back to me. Well, you know, seems like Beth wants them to come back to them. That's sad. I still invented my boyfriend. My boy best friend, sorry. Then he talks about the girl he likes. Brackets, I like him. Yeah, man. Look, your boy best friend realistically isn't your boy best friend, though, is he? He's your crush. As much as you want to call him your boy best friend, you gotta get over that, or you gotta ask him out. I think some people got ads and missed confessions. Well, Moons loves to eat rubbers, and rubbers is, by the way, for the record, rubbers is like the same as an eraser. By the way, I just realised rubbers are called something else in America. Wasn't saying that. I just remembered rubbers are called something else. Not the other kind. Like pencil erasers. Boy best friend, worst thing to ever happen to me. Yeah, man. Fun links. Staying up late and not get sleep because I'm not tired for no reason at all. Yeah, you know what I'd say? Obviously, I'm not saying that you're not active, but if I ever have a shit night of sleep, I ask myself the questions. I go, how much have I done today? You know, and if I go, oh, I haven't done too much, like I'll often the next day I'll go, okay, let's go for a run. Let's do something to burn some energy, because normally it's because I haven't burnt enough energy during the day. And I think sometimes that's something you got to remember. Freddie, do you like Two Door Cinema Club? I do like Two Door Cinema Club. Yeah, no, I've listened to them for probably like a decade, to be fair. A long time. I've seen them a few times. Although, they're never that good live, I'll be honest. But maybe that's, I went to, you know, that time. I put creatine into my morning coffee to wake up. Well, I don't think creatine necessarily wakes you up. It more just hydrates your muscles, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to have in your tea. It's not unhealthy, creatine. So, fairs. Unless it's like a creatine mixed with like pre-workout or something. But pure creatine, I don't think it's going to give you much energy. I like to nibble on my keys sometimes. Fair enough. Maybe you don't know. It's probably not the most hygienic. I low-key like kissing my best friend. Brackets, all jokes. Well, you know, fair enough. I mean, look, if you want something more, then go for it. If it's just chill, then don't worry about it. I listened to random boyfriend ASMR videos on YouTube, but stopped when I found out my crush does script readings in our VCs for fun. And he's all I ever want to hear. Yes, I have a screen recording once. Okay, well, do they know about the screen recording? You should probably communicate that that's the thing. But no, I mean, I think a lot of people listen to ASMR. If it's something that you enjoy listening to, and you know you like listening to. I mean, I know loads of people who listen to ASMR. I think it's a really good. It relaxes a lot of people, helps them sleep. Obviously, if you're in a relationship and you like your boyfriend's voice, why not get him to, you know, if he's comfortable, obviously, why not ask him to record some basic ASMR shit for you? Why not? I like to watch videos of gigs of people I want to see in person and sing along and dance around my bedroom and envision I'm there in the crowd. You know what? I used to do that as well. No, I used to do that as well. I think that's a normal thing to do. And you know what? Watching old gigs is also a great thing to do. I think they're great. I listen to James Marriott's music on the regular. Well, you know what? There's definitely worse music you could choose. James Marriott, pretty cool music, man. I'm using character AI while watching the stream. So what is it with character AI? Why do people use it? That's what I want to know. James Marriott's not a guilty pleasure. He's good. Yeah, no, that's what I was like. I was like, I don't want to be like, oh wow, what a terrible pleasure. I mean, bro, James Marriott makes good music. Like, I like spring rolls. I ate 10 spring rolls in one sitting before. I just like binge eating every time I'm stressed. Yeah, well, obviously be careful when eating. Binge eating isn't necessarily the most healthy habit. But look, man, every now and again, you just got to have a good munch. You got to. I think it's important. I think it's a life pleasure to eat too much food. I think everyone has to do it every now and again. But yeah, no, be safe with binge eating, because obviously I know it can be I know it can get very like toxic sometimes if it's not careful. Ensure, chat, that you're just looking after your health, and just make sure you're eating well. Make sure you're eating well. I know it's a horrible thing with confidence and things like that these days. Make sure you're eating healthy. Just eat well as much as you can, because it is the healthiest way to be. If you are having issues with binge eating, or you're not eating enough, and you're struggling to eat, things like that. Again, smoothies are a great way. Smoothies are a great way to get in those nutrients that you need. Eat vegetables, get your vitamins in. So important. Vitamins are so important. It gives you energy. So sometimes it's difficult to eat vegetables and fruits like that. Make yourself a smoothie. Get yourself a smoothie maker or something. Try and make it a habit. I've got a blender and I make smoothies quite a lot. And actually, it's a really good way to ensure that I'm actually eating raw, unprocessed shit. It's important. It's so important. And you can put random shit in there like fucking kale and fucking salad leaves and spinach and all of these things that obviously you wouldn't normally want to eat just on its own. Well, you're not saying you wouldn't. But you can mix it in to get that nice element to it. And you can decide, oh, I want my smoothies to be a little bit more like liquidy. So then put in more water to the kind of ratio and stuff like that. Can we get recipes on the Patreon? I actually do have all my recipes saved. I have a little app that I track all of my smoothies on. So I can share them with you, yeah. They're not the best things in the world, to be fair, because it's just me eating them. So I don't necessarily always focus on the taste, I will be honest. I'm like, as long as it like is healthy, I want to eat, I want to have it. But seriously, smoothies is such an easy life hack to get in more veg and fruit. Wait, I'll read out some ingredients for a basic one. So I've got a kiwi and apple smoothie. In this I have some Rubicon passion fruit juice, but you can use any kind of juice. It's got Sometimes I put a little bit of like Greek yogurt in. It gives it that kind of nice yogurty texture, but not everyone likes it, so you don't have to. 220 grams of kiwi and 235 grams of apple. That's literally it. Just an apple kiwi smoothie. I got a spinach smoothie, 80 grams of spinach, 250 milliliters of orange juice, 230 grams of pineapple, 225 grams of apples. It's great as well. What I love about smoothies is, so I like to have like a fruit bowl. I like to have a fruit bowl in my house. And with this fruit bowl, you know when fruit gets just kind of a little bit grim and you're like, oh, I don't want to eat that anymore because it's gone all gross. I realised that actually you don't have to worry about it, because if your fruit goes like that, just chop it up and have a smoothie, because you don't care, because it's got all the nutrients in. But you don't have to worry about the kind of like the apple that's got like a slightly weird texture, because it doesn't matter, because it's in a smoothie and it's still got all the nutrients that you need. Then I've got another one, 150 grams of apples, passion fruit juice, pineapple, spinach, and orange juice. But I've got a few more. This is just on the app that I've downloaded. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's like, you don't have to like always like measure out exact things. I do that just because I like to, again, I have a very healthy relationship with it. I don't think you should do things like tracking calories unless you have like proper professional help, or you really know what you're doing, because it's very dangerous. It's very easy to start looking at numbers and set yourself really high standards. So it's very important to be very safe with that. But in general, just having those things, like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'll post them. I think I might not be able to post all of them until I'm back home, but I can take a screenshot. Again, some of them, again, you need to put a little bit of water in sometimes, or juice. Water or juice tends to do the trick. I think just having a bit of orange juice, obviously, it's got lots of vitamins in and things like that. I'll add it to the list, thank you. Yeah, no, to be fair, it won't take me long to send over, but obviously the measurements aren't necessarily like completely accurate. Like, you'll want to put your own love into it. Kind of figure out, okay, I want this much thickness, because I made smoothies before where it's just been way too thick. So if it's way too thick, pour it out, put a bit of water in, mix it, like you know, make sure there's a lot of juice in there. Yeah, get a straw as well. Helps it go down a lot easier. It's just a great way of like, if you a lot of people don't buy fruit because, again, they're like, well, I don't eat it all the time. But it's nice to have the option to eat it, and if you don't eat it, make a smoothie, and then bang, it's literally just a drink. It's just a drink, and it's so much easier to drink things than it is. Like, when I'm like bulking, I couldn't bulk as a vegetarian very well without protein shakes. It'd be impossible. It'd be really difficult to get the protein in. I don't particularly like find it fun, but it's so much easier to drink 25 grams of protein than it is to eat 25 grams of protein. It's completely different. So yeah, it's just a very easy way to like kind of, I guess, be a bit healthier. Obviously you gotta be careful because you don't want to have too much sugar. But like, that's why I like putting things like spinach and kale and things like that, because it's like, it's those superfoods that are still really nutritious but isn't like too packed with sugar. Anyway, back to the guilty pleasures. I thought I was gay for like 2 years and tried to date my best friend. She called me disgusting for being gay, and I thought I was. I dumped her as soon as I realised she was fake. Good on you. Good on you. Yeah, you don't want people like that in your life. You'll be much better off. I'm sure you are. I think the topics that give me the most anxiety, and then cry about my anxiety, and the thing that gives me anxiety, then think about it for at least 2 days after, then repeat the whole process again. Why pay for therapy and cope when you can mentally abuse yourself? That's not, yeah, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be, you don't want to, I think about the topics that give me the most anxiety and then cry about the anxiety. I think this is a really difficult one. I know a lot of people with very bad anxiety. Obviously, everyone always says, well, you just got to get therapy and you just got to do these things. I think obviously people forget, when you're anxious, That is incredibly difficult to do. That's so difficult to do. I think a lot of people who are anxious have a lot of issues that they don't quite understand. And that is why it is very difficult, because obviously therapy is great, but for a lot of people, if you're not ready for therapy, it's extremely daunting, it's extremely uncomfortable, and it's not a fun experience. So my advice would be, obviously you don't have to talk about it loads, but I think it isn't one of those things that you want to just ignore. And I'm not saying that, obviously, if therapy, obviously you're saying why pay for therapy or whatever. I understand that if you're thinking about topics that give you anxiety, that gives you more anxiety. I get that. But that probably means you've got a deeper root of problem, because there's something causing you to be anxious. There's something that obviously you maybe don't know enough about yourself that is giving you anxiety. It might be a pattern of behavior, it might be an environment that you grew up in. But don't be put off by therapy. But maybe you don't have to jump straight into it. Maybe you can talk to friends first. Maybe you can get a better understanding of what it is that you struggle with. But yeah, that's it. You do have to work. You have to want to work on it yourself. If you're not ready for therapy, then it might not be the most productive thing. I know a lot of people always says, "Oh, therapy is shit. Therapy sucks." I know more people who have gone into therapy and benefited from it than have gone to therapy and haven't. Okay? I have friends who have been forced to try and do therapy, and it doesn't work because they don't want to be there. They're resisting wanting to be there. They don't want to talk about their problems. They don't want to have to deal with it. Which I get. I totally get. But look, man, it's not always easy. And yeah, some therapists just aren't right for you, and that's okay. I think there's so many factors that could be stressing you out. It sucks that you think about it for 2 days afterwards. I was really struggling at the end of my tour. There was one specific issue, and I felt like every time I spoke about it, it made it worse. What I realised, though, it isn't necessarily about how I felt talking about it. It's I was scared that it wouldn't go away. So then I ignored it. That doesn't fix the problem. Unfortunately. It don't fix the problem. You can learn about how you can have a positive outlook. And I think that is the most important thing. But if there's a deep rooted problem that causes you a lot of anxiety, it might be worth trying to dive into that. Obviously, take your time. You don't need to rush into it. But don't ignore all your problems. Because I think therapy can sometimes feel like it brings a lot of problems up. But it's important to sometimes understand the root of why you feel like this, why maybe your health is this way. But do talk. I know it's scary, and you don't have to talk all at once. You don't have to explain everything. But sometimes it's good to get it off your chest. And sometimes it's good to have some professional advice, especially with anxiety, even though it's scary. And it takes a lot longer than a lot of other things with anxiety, because it's about how confident you feel. But it's so important. so important. Because without human connection, without relatability, we're just an aimless species who don't feel anything. We don't want to be that. I don't want to be part of that. I want to share a special connection with the world. I want to share something with every single person that's watching this stream. We are sharing a moment right now. Whether it's like a beautiful moment or just a normal moment, doesn't matter. We're sharing a moment right now. And that is something that, you know, we're sharing that emotion, that pure energy right now. That's powerful, man. So yeah, I hope you get okay. I hope you figure out your anxiety issues. A lot of people have anxiety, especially these days, because, you know, I mean, it sounds stupid, but you know, like the fact that like you can go into a pub, order a QR code, you don't have to speak to a waiter. We've set up society to give us anxiety. We've set up society to make things harder for ourselves. Because now we've made it normal to not have to put yourself out of your comfort zone. You have to. You have to put yourself out of your comfort zone. Do you know how many friends I have who say, oh, can you go and talk to the person? Can you go and do that? I can. But every time you get someone else to do it for you, you're going to make your anxiety worse. Because realistically, it's not that deep. Obviously it is. But realistically, as a society, we have made it harder for ourselves. Remember the roots. You think back in the olden days, all right, you could be anxious. I'm not saying, obviously, that you can't treat yourself with care, but what I'm saying is, QR code, but the QR codes are, no, for sure. I agree. I totally get you. But what I'm saying is, we have little things like that in everyday life that means we don't have to interact with the public anymore. And anxiety levels have gone up since technology was invented. So we can't pretend that there's not a correlation there. I'm not saying that necessarily everything I'm saying is exactly valid. You're right. For people with really bad anxiety, QR codes is probably a lot easier. It's probably a lot more accessible. But a lot of anxiety issues, from what I gather, and I say this because I do have very close people to me who do have very bad anxiety. I'm not just kind of waffling out my arse. I find when they have to push themselves out of their comfort zone and just get on with it, actually, it's never as big of a deal as they realise. It's never as big of a deal as they think it is. You know? And that's the whole thing. When someone goes to therapy around anxiety, it is one of those things. One of the big things they'll tell you is that you need to start pushing yourself to do more and be more independent, you know? Whether that means, you know, doing an activity that if you like going for coffee with friends and you're a very anxious person, try and push yourself. Even if it's just one time this week, even if it's just once this week, go for a coffee by yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Learn to realise that actually you don't need to fear everyday normal activities, because and I think obviously COVID was really because everyone almost forgot how to do these things that they could. So many people have got anxiety post-COVID, but then it almost explains very logically, if you think about it, how you can get very anxious. Because if you become reliant on not having to interact with the public, suddenly it becomes a lot more daunting because it's not an everyday activity. So I do think sometimes when it comes down to anxiety, it's about being pushed. Obviously not like shoved into it right in your face, because that's when you get too overwhelmed and it makes it even worse. But focus on the little things. Focus on baby steps. If you're scared to leave the house, that's okay. Start off baby steps. All right, today, this week, I'm going to try and walk around the block. Next week, I'm going to go to the shop and I'm going to go up to the till instead of going to self-checkout. All right, the week after that, I'm going to go on a date with someone I've never met before. Things like that. It's about baby steps. I think we've made it very simple, like, oh yeah, you have to fucking throw yourself out there. But, like, you don't. You don't have to go from 0 to 100. So I believe in you. If you are anxious and you're watching this stream, set yourself a task. I know it sounds like, oh, fucking Badlinu's giving me fucking homework. No, set yourself a challenge. Push yourself. It doesn't have to be big. It can be tiny. I mean, for some of you, it might be just fucking opening your back door and just standing out and getting some fresh air. For some of you, it might just be getting up and getting yourself a glass of water every single morning and making sure you're drinking enough. It might be as simple as that. But baby steps. I believe in you. I know it's hard. I know I don't fully understand every person's situation. Everyone is different, and I don't disregard that. But I believe in you. I really fucking do. I believe in all of you in chat right now. I know we haven't met IRL yet, but listening to your streams and speaking to you on Discord, having you on my side to talk to about mental health is so reassuring. Ah, well, that means a lot. It does. I'm glad I'm able to go live and vent my feelings. If I'm having a shit day, I like to be able to vent my feelings. It's so important. How are you, Freddie? I'm good. Sorry, it's turned into a rant stream. Of course it does. As soon as people start talking about mental health, I can't not try and give my advice. Learning K-pop dance moves. You know what? K-pop dance moves are kind of sick. I'm so happy to talk to you yesterday. I was genuinely so proud of you. I'm so happy you pushed yourself and felt comfortable enough to talk. Look, man, we're creating some amazing moments in the chat right now. The fact that you managed to talk, Pietro, well done. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. This is the thing. It's not always easy. Shit like that is difficult. And obviously, I think back to the whole comparison thing, we're in a society where we are comparing ourselves. So you see someone who's really confident and you think, I could never do that. You don't have to do that. No one expects you to do that. But look at yourself and go, what can I do? What can I do? How can I help myself? You've read my confession already. I need advice. I don't know if you'll read this, but like there's this guy that my friend introduced me to. He was racist and shit, but I like vented to him once, and he was kind of nice in DMs. But he unfriended me after a bit. After he promised he'd comfort me, and he acted like an older brother to me, and I can't get over him as a friend because I told him shit I never told anyone. Okay, well, it sounds like a very toxic person. Now I don't know what you told them, obviously. Obviously, depending on the severity of things, that can change it quite a lot. But based on the fact that you're saying you vented a lot, it doesn't sound like they're a very good person. And my advice would be, think about it in the long run, okay? And if it is a significant thing that you don't want people to necessarily know, and you spoke to them, my main thing would be is say you don't want to have toxic people in your life to start with, and if that toxic person says shit about you that you don't feel comfortable with, then you shouldn't feel embarrassed about explaining certain situations of your life. You shouldn't feel embarrassed, and if that causes drama, then that sucks. Sorry, my brother just invited me to go for a drink. I might have to join him. But if that is one of those things that you're scared about, think about it. Ask yourself, will I give a shit in 5 years' time? Hopefully you don't. Obviously, I don't know the severity of it. But realistically, will you give a shit about this person in 5 years' time? And if you don't, then it's not worth your time to worry about it. Will you give a shit if he says something about you in 5 years' time? Like now, and then in 5 years' time, will you give a shit? Because people used to spread rumours, alright? People used to spread rumours about me all the time at school. And at the time, it felt like such a big deal. 5 years has passed, I couldn't give a fuck what they were saying. I actually genuinely couldn't give a fuck what even is going on in their life. Because it doesn't matter. So, I hope that gives you a bit of comfort. Obviously, I don't know enough about the situation, so it makes it difficult. But I want you to take care of yourself. And don't let them blackmail you. Don't let them do that. Because you're better than that. And obviously you've already said they're a bad person, essentially. You gotta be very, if it's a bad person trying to say bad things about you, if anyone really gets hung up on that, then that is their problem. That is their problem. You shouldn't feel frustrated about it. But yeah, obviously it's difficult because I don't know the full situation, but that's what I would say. But ironically, listen to Playboy Carti. Is that an art? I don't know them, to be fair. Play the guitar, but I kind of want to stop playing guitar, and I've gotten really into wanting to play piano, but I'm scared to tell my parents because they're really proud of me for playing guitar. Well, what I will say, I don't know if you're still in chat, but if you did start playing guitar, and you stopped, you don't forget how to play. I'm a musician. I'm a classically trained pianist. If I suddenly stopped playing the piano as much and started really trying to improve my guitar skills, that doesn't mean I can't play the piano. Obviously, it's great they're proud of you, but tell them, say, I want to be able to play more instruments. Say, I don't just want to play the guitar, I want to play the piano as well. I'd say that's the way you got to do it. Because you don't have to never play the guitar again. You don't have to quit it. You might just not want to, have it as your main focus. That's totally fine. You will never lose the skill of playing the guitar. When I pick up another instrument, I don't forget how to play the piano. It's just not how it works. Not a guilty pleasure, but give me ideas of what to do in Animal Crossing. Oh, I'm not the best. I mean, I'm like an Animal Crossing city folk kind of player, so I'm gonna be boring and just be like, just gotta I don't know. What do you do in Animal Crossing after a while? I guess do some fishing, farm some oranges. I love listening to Gracie Albram, but sometimes I still think about what she said about 14-year-old Finn Wolfhard at that time. I don't know what she said, but if you like listening to her, then I don't think it matters that much. She said she wanted to bang a minor. That's not great, is it? Well, look, it's not great, but I'm not saying but, to be honest. That was a bad word to use. She's not great. That's not great. I'll be real with you. There's probably a lot more fucked up things that a lot of artists that you listen to have done. I wouldn't get too hung up on it. he has a couple of good songs, but what does ICL stand for again? I couldn't care less, maybe? Oh, I can't lie. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm not a texter, man. I don't understand these abbreviations. Yeah, yeah, I mean, look, you can listen to some music, you can enjoy some songs, but, like, I think there's a difference between listening to music and liking a song and following an artist, alright? I think they're two different things, alright? You know, I love listening to Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson has produced and made some incredible music. I probably wouldn't go see him live, you know? Obviously, he's dead, but, like, that's what I'd say. I'm trying to write in chat, but I'm too shy to write in the chat yet, but it's not about that. People will think it's bad. I'm afraid it blows up more than I wish to, and I don't want to get known for it. Nearly happened already. I think the main thing is, I don't quite know what you mean. But if you're shy to write in the chat, I think the main thing is just show positivity and get comfortable and get to know the people that you're talking to. Please can you give me some advice on how to handle bullying? You know what? Yeah, I can, because I did get bullied at school. Not very. Yeah, it wasn't good. I got bullied quite badly, actually. I was about to say not really that badly, but that's not true. It was pretty bad at times. I think it's very important to remember that most people are bullying out of insecurities. I think it's also very important to remember that if you're getting bullied, it won't last forever. It really won't. And I know that doesn't necessarily help. But whatever you can do to get you through the day is important. We got ads? Okay, I'll have to explain the rest in a minute. Fundy, can you hear me still? Fundy20, can you hear me? If you can, I'll keep talking. Chances are you love music by artists who are bad people. It's just that it's not well known that they are. Yeah, I've been bullied every day since year 5, and it's affected me in everything I do because I get judged. Yeah, I think I'm very lucky because I did get pretty badly bullied at school. I was very lucky to have a very, very supportive home life. I think the biggest thing that bullying can do is it can knock your confidence and it can make you not want to be yourself, because being yourself always caused you more shit. I think the problem with school is I think you do have to almost have this fake reality. You have to be a bit different. You have to put on an act sometimes. And if you show weakness or you stand up to someone, you are suddenly part of the problem. I think the main thing I would say is you gotta be yourself in life, and don't let the way people treat you at school change that. Yeah, you can put on a mask, you can put on a fake side, you can act differently if it helps you get through a situation, but don't lose who you truly are. Because I think so many people go to secondary school and become completely different people to who they are. So many people go to high school and they change because they're trying to fit in. They're trying to be someone that they're not. And I think it's important to just feel, like, it's important to remember that actually as soon as you leave this shithole of a school, or like as soon as you leave that stage of your life behind, you ain't gonna give a fuck. You ain't gonna give a fuck about what anyone said to you. You ain't gonna care, because if you have the right way in life, don't hang around people like that. Don't have toxic people in your life. Obviously, you can't just click your fingers and get rid of them. Obviously, when you're in school, you can't just bang, erase them all. But anytime that you get bullied, anytime that someone treats you differently for the way you are, find people that will accept you for who you are. If someone's getting bullied, if you're getting bullied at school, or you've been bullied at school, or in the future you get bullied at school, don't let a bully change who you are. Alright? Because you are perfect the way you are. Do not let anybody change the way you are. You can learn a little bit about life. You can learn a little bit about how to avoid shit situations, but do not let anyone change you. Because I promise you, you will find your people. You will find your people. Because everyone has their people. My bully is in prison and not coming out until 2028. Well, there you go. I also know that a lot of people, when they're older, and I don't know if it's just because I ended up doing content creation, but the amount of people who have messaged me since leaving school going like, yo, fair play, Freddie, I'm sorry if I was a dickhead at school. Unreal. It is ridiculous. And I don't know if people are only messaging me because they've seen that I've done well. I don't know. But, you know, there's always people. I used to literally sit there at school feeling miserable all day. I would be getting bullied, but I'd be sat there in my lessons and I'd just be looking at the clock and I'm going, it's not long until I can go home and I can get on a Skype call with Tom and we can play Minecraft. Literally, that was my motivation. Sometimes I was having the shittest time, but I knew at least I could go home and I could do something to escape. And obviously, I know, unfortunately, not everyone has a safe space at home to escape. But I promise you, whatever it is, whether it's watching a Twitch stream, whether it's watching a YouTube video, if you can find something to get you through that time, then do it. If you can find something to get you through shit times, don't be ashamed. Once you leave school, you'll hardly speak to anyone that you were even friends with, let alone the bullies. Exactly. Literally, I have like two friends from I have one main friend and a couple other friends that I'll see from my secondary school. I got one friend, basically. I got one friend from secondary school. I got one friend from college. Doesn't mean that I'm not friends. It doesn't mean that I wouldn't be happy to see someone, but you don't stay in contact with everyone. Because that's just not really, it's just not really how it works. I mean, some people do. I mean, my brother's got a bunch of friends from secondary school. My brother's got a bunch of friends from primary school still. But that's not very common. That's not a common thing. Yeah, my advice is, if you're getting bullied, just know, don't change who you are. Stay true to yourself. Really, stay true to yourself. And whatever you need to do to get through your day at school, to get through whatever's going on, do it. And know that, like, shit will get better. Shit will get better. People from school all of a sudden want to be my friend because my life is cool as fuck now. This is the thing. As soon as you're out of a school environment, there is the pecking order. It's wiped. There is no pecking order because it's the real world. And the pecking order don't care. The pecking order actually in the real world is actually mostly at the top is all the people who didn't fit in. You know? You know, the people who are successful are normally people who aren't afraid to be themselves. The people who do well are often the people who really, you know, get their head down and they they're normally creative and weird and different, you know? You think Tom fitted in at school? Absolutely not. I mean, I didn't go to his school, but I know he didn't. But, like, I don't know anyone else with 15 million subscribers from Nottingham. But my weird friend Tom, who I fucking love to pieces, he did it. You know, you don't have to be cool in school to have a good life. It's just not how it works. School means nothing in the grand scheme of things. I wish I had a friend like you. You will find friends like me. I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I got a friend. My one friend from secondary school. Obviously, I got a few other friends from secondary school, but the one friend I like actually properly, regularly keep in contact with. He's a good friend of mine. He's called Miles, and he is, I shit you not, the nicest human being in the world. He is my friend, who I look at and I go, you know, if everyone was like you, the world would be such a good place. If everyone was like you, the world would be such a good place. I want to be able to do that for other people. I want to show people that anyone can get that. Anyone can be like that. You know? When I see people now who would never talk to be in school, they are so sociable. People grow up. I think that's the thing. I think you've also got to remember, like, the way people are in school versus the way they are now. I know there's so many people who, like, are completely different. I know people who were at the same school as me who now are so different. I was known as the Dream SMP girl and got made fun of so bad. Fast forward to now, I posted the pic of me and Tommy on my Snap story, and all the people who took the piss and now come out as fans and are like, no way, that's sick. Shut up, you torture me. Yeah, no, this is the thing. I think people are scared to be them true selves, you know? It's like you've just proven it there, Beth, by saying people who criticised you are now different. That's because they were scared to be their true self. They were scared to admit that they liked something that you did, but you weren't scared to admit it. And I certainly know who fucking probably feels better about it. I have no regrets for the way I was at school. Yeah, I stood up for one of my mates once and it caused me a lot of shit. One of my friends who got bullied, I stood up for them and it probably caused a lot of bullying for me. But you know what? I look back on it and I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did. It doesn't make you a bad person if you didn't. But I think so many people don't want to be dragged into it because that's what it is. It's such a cruel place. I changed so much after being in a new school for only 2 years in a bad way. Well, I hope you can really feel, I hope you can understand more about, I hope you don't change yourself. Like, I hope you don't change from your true self, sorry. I was explaining that really poorly. Don't change too much from your true self. Obviously, I know sometimes you have to put on an act in school, but you gotta, like, you gotta focus on you gotta be positive and have an outlook on being positive, you know. This chat is actually really chill. Yeah, man. Nah, we're in chill mode right now, to be fair. Although, to be fair, I might have to go in a sec. We have been live for like 3 hours, which is, honestly, fair play. Chat, I think we need to do a little therapy call-in stream at some point. I think that'd be really fun. Obviously, like, make it like, give it a few Give it a few guidelines and rules. I'm probably the least chill person in this chat, which says a lot. My true self is the same, but I only go home every week, so it's a lot of not really being myself. Yeah, that must be difficult. That must be difficult. Just know that don't live like that forever, you know? Obviously, sometimes it just happens, but you'll get through it. Yeah, alright. Chat, I'm going to end the stream. I'd love to keep going, but I feel like if I keep going, I'm going to end stream and I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm going to be like... I just have a bit of wind down time. Also, I think my brother's at the pub. Well, let's go hang out with him. Holy shit! Ryan, thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Oh my god. Thank you so much. That's too kind, man. Oh my god, you did not have to do that. Thank you so much. You're a legend. Seriously, I really appreciate all the support. I know not everyone can give financial support, obviously. But seriously, you don't understand how much it helps. It really does. It's been like a bit of a scary year for me, like finance-wise. I haven't had like the support from Misfits obviously anymore, and obviously tour income was good, but you know it's a one-off, isn't it? So it's scary, but having support from you guys every month, seriously, it helps me live. It really does. So I appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm really excited for this next year. I'll be live tomorrow, hopefully. I've got quite a busy day tomorrow, but I'm gonna try my absolute hardest to be live. I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Love the stream today. I've actually really enjoyed it. Shout out to the baddest on the Patreon. Yeah. No, shout out. Shout out to all the tier 3s. You guys are legendary. Yeah, we'll do some more stuff soon. Yeah, obviously, I do have my Patreon. Do not feel pressured to join if you can't afford it. I totally get it. But you can join. £3 a month. I'll see you guys a lot. And yeah, if you have any suggestions for Patreon stuff, again, I've got I'm set less commitments next year to other people and more commitments to myself. That is my New Year's resolution. So again, any suggestions for the Patreon? I want to hear them. I want to help. I want to do more for myself and for you guys. Everyone's trying to get gaslit, but look, man. I do get a bit evil on Among Us sometimes. I gotta say. All right, who's live? CPK still live? CPK's been live for 4 hours. I don't want to raid CPK if CPK's gonna end.
Yeah, so I only found this out the other day. If you set up your hopper with...
How long has CPK been going live for recently? I always hate it when someone's been live for so long, because you kind of go, oh no, CPK is... We'll raid CPK. Okay. Shout out CPK, by the way. Genuinely. Gave me some lovely... You know what? When I was in Misfits, and CPK was also in Misfits, got a shout out. Genuinely gave me some really, really nice advice. I don't know if he even knows, but he was always really, really kind and genuine, and I really appreciated that. So go show some love. Follow CPK. Genuinely such a nice person. I'll see you guys in a bit.